Let's get this over with. First of all, Merry Christmas, everyone. Hopefully, everybody had a happy holiday. Second, let's talk about this disappointment of a football game. Now, when I made my season prediction, I did have this as one of the L's on our record. And the only thing that really disappointed me about it is I thought we'd see a little bit more of an effort, more of a fight. But no, it was straight domination from start to finish. The only real two good things that stood out about this game was Jalen Warren's running and the return of George Pickens. He has showed what a valuable asset he is. And that's pretty much the only good thing about it. Now let's get into the bad thing. Our O line and our blocking in this game was terrible. But I do see why, no matter who your O line is, they hate dual threat quarterbacks because they don't know where he's going to be. So it's hard for them to block for a quarterback that's on the run. But that's all on Russell Wilson for the fact that he scrambles way too far out of the pocket and he can't make a decision fast enough. And his legs, they're not what they once were, so he can't scramble for those long yards. And every time he does scramble outside the pocket to try to get extra yards to get a first down, I'm always holding my damn breath. I'm like, please don't fumble, please don't fumble. And surprisingly, he didn't fumble this time. He actually slid and tucked the ball. So that's another plus. And Russell Wilson was sacked 5 times in this game. 5 times. While the average NFL quarterback only gets sacked maybe 2 or 3 times a game. But 5 times because of holding on to the ball too long and poor blocking from our O line, it's ridiculous. And our receivers, other than George Pickens, couldn't really get open. And Pat Fryermuth, he made a couple of good significant catches, but that fumble from him, that is very, very uncharacteristic. Now, they say you shouldn't harp on somebody who doesn't fumble or make mistakes too often. It's just that making mistakes in key moments when the game matters the most, that's what pisses me off. I'm pretty sure nobody, is mad at a fumble when you're 2 or 3 scores ahead. But when you're trying to fight and claw your way back into the game and then you make a mistake like that, that's when it's the most horrific. And in the fourth quarter, probably about with 7 minutes on the clock, that was the last chance we had to really even make something. And we couldn't pull the trigger because Kansas City got the ball back and pretty much just ran at the clock for the majority of the time. We got the ball back, and then on the very last play, we had I think, was it an intentional grounding penalty? No, it was a false start penalty, which was a 10-second runoff. What a way to end the game. And a lot of the Pittsburgh Steelers faithful is divided right now. They're like, well, we can kind of give it a pass because we've had probably the toughest 3 game stretch out of anyone in just a short 10 days. But this was a test, and we failed it. We lost all 3 significant games. These are the games that matter to see if we really are playoff material. And we didn't execute in any of those games. And as much as I hate to say it, while I may not 100% agree, I understand where some people come from. Like, well, now I see why a lot of the Pittsburgh Steelers faithful and some of these so-called sports experts are calling us frauds. And as I'm speaking to you right now, the Ravens dominated the Houston Texans, and now they have the top spot in the AFC North. So we've lost the last 3 games straight. We've pretty much lost the North title. And worst comes to worst, we could end up getting the 7th seed in the damn playoffs. But then again, that depends on what else happens next week in week 18. And are you guys in the consensus that we should just bench Russ and start Justin Fields for week 17 against the Bengals? To be honest, I'm actually on board with that. But regardless of who starts or not, if the defense plays this way, if we can't get anything going on the offensive side of the ball, and we continue to make poor decisions to turn the ball over, it's going to be another situation. It's going to be the same thing, different day. Another one and done in the postseason. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think. See you guys next week.